Now we will joint this component too. We can rename this component whenever we want. So let's use command joint, select this center of this hole and joint to center of this hole. Now we have a rigid joint, but we don't want rigid joint here. We want some kind of revolute, so that this inside frame will revolute around this axis. And let's say, okay, now we have something like this, but we see that this inside frame is too big to move inside this larger frame. We will try to edit that in some way. First thing, as you see, this hole must go here in this slot and to move along that slot. So we will try to make these holes closer to this edge. Now I will go here at this sketch and see how this dimension is named. It's D18-1. I will change that to something like this. I will type DIST equals 150 millimeters. So we give a name to this parameter, and this parameter calls dist. We will finish sketch and go here to modify parameters. We will type here DIST. Just a second. So we will try to find this parameter, and here it is, and it's 150. Let's make it so we will have to make this hole closer to this edge. Now it's 150, let's say 120. It is updated. I will try to see it visible. So it's updated, but it's still too much. Let's say 100 in updated, and now let's say okay, let's see, will it move without touching this edge. At this point we will only see if this touching that edge. This edge is not important because it won't be in conflict with that. So now, as we see, how can we update this? We can move closer to this edge, or we can change dimensions of whole frame. I will try to modify this parameter a bit more. Just type the DIST, find that parameter, here it is, and let's say 80 millimeters. And let's say okay. Now we are close to what we want. We want this hole to go along this slot. What will I do now? I will go to history somewhere here, and we have this component is joined to this, and distance is 500 millimeters, and we have rigid joint. So let's do here 400 millimeters, so it's closer. Now we will go in timeline and we will see if that will. So now we can fit those two together. Let's try doing that. So we go to assemble, joint, click this and this. Now we have a Revolute constraint, but we don't want Revolute constraint. We want, let's say, slider, and it gives us z-axis by default. We will change to epsilon to see, to epsilon axis to see will that be okay. No. And we go to x-axis. X-axis is not okay. No, I choose is x-axis is okay, and let's say okay. So now we have all constraint, but we have to make one more constraint. We have to go back here when we made this constraint of these two frames, and instead of rigid we go to slider constraint, and we want exactly that it moves along this axis. It's fine with us, and we say okay. Now we can go to history, move to end, by clicking this, and we don't have this problem anymore. So we will edit this motion. We will edit these motion limits. We will put motion limits. We had no motion limits, so let's say from 0 to 100, or from minus 200 to 0, or okay, let's say like this, what we have now. So instead of slider we put here pin slot, and let's slide. For sliding, let's put some limits. Let's say from 0 to 50, from 0 to 80. We see how it moves here. Okay, 50. Let's say something 80. Let it be 80, and we will see how this moves. Is this okay? So we finally get what we want. So if this was interesting and useful to you, you can subscribe to the channel, like and share this video to your friends, family members, or colleagues who might find it useful too. Thank you.